haven't really picked the best place to film with all the bright light coming in from the conservatory windows, which is great in some ways, but in other ways it's not great for the camera. But anyway, this is the item I bought, which is called Revolver, and it can be added on to the extension pole, which is what I originally started looking out for. But I'll just show you roughly what it does. It does say on here that you can click the QR code and pick up the video about it, but unfortunately that didn't work for me, but it may be just my phone or something. But there's quite a lot of information on the pack, and I'll do a little closer view of those, and you can hopefully get some more information from here. So the beauty of this Revolver item is you can screw in your extension pole that goes in there, and then you can either use the little mini roller on the front there. Shows in the diagram 4 to 7 inches, but in the UK I'm more familiar just with the 4-inch roller with this narrower spindle. But also you can use the Revolver trigger. That basically you pull the trigger in, and then out this little baby comes. So then you can fit in there a brush. So that's quite clever. So you put the brush in, and it hopefully goes in there. Or not. Silly me. Forgotten to open up the brush. So that goes in there all nice and neatly, and then you can put it in like that. So basically you undo that little knurled nut. I say nut, screw bolt really in some ways. Screw anyway. So that shows a little paintbrush on top, so that then holds the paintbrush nice and firmly in position, which is quite critical, because when you're trying to cut in at a high level you do need this to be firm rather than being moving about all over the place, because then it does make cutting in very, very difficult. So you can either do something like that, or I'm guessing you can change the angle. So let's extend this a little bit. Put that on my foot, you can hopefully still see it. So if we just open that up a bit more, hopefully we can turn that round. Yes, we can. So we're going to turn that on edge now, which then makes more sense. So you've got that now on edge, and that will allow you then to use your pole and to cut in along the edge of a ceiling or up a slope. Got a good slope here, so we can try that out. I fitted the brush into my Revolver, and I'm now going to and attached my extension pole and put my extension pole on maximum. So let's see what we can do up here. And the idea is that you can then hopefully cut in. You've got a pretty good hopefully that should allow you to cut in fairly accurately. When you're cutting in, you need to keep firm pressure on the brush, and then you do get a much you can keep control of the line then much better. So that's quite clever, isn't it? So you got it like that, and then if you wanted to, you can then just undo the knurled nut on the top, excuse my hand, and then just turn that round. You can do it that way if you want to. And then with that, then it gives you the opportunity to go down. If you want to go down into a corner like that, you can do that. As I say, if you keep firm pressure on, then you keep a better line. So it looks as if it might be useful. Also, then we can add onto that the roller, which you can then, it sounds as if you can adjust the roller through about 360 degrees, so that does make life a bit easier. So then you can then hopefully get into all those little angles and things. So we'll see how that might work. So I've now got my 4-inch roller, 10cm roller, attached to the end of my movable end of my Revolver. So basically on the top of this here, there's a sort of like a gun sight. So it all follows through, the name Revolver. And then basically on here, you've got all these different little ribs. And there's about 16 of those, so you've got about 16 different positions you can put it into. You just pull the trigger back, put it in at whatever position, just line those little ribs up with the sticky uppy ribs rather than the flatter ribs, in line with the gun sight. Push it in and it clicks into position, all nice and tight. Then you just literally take it out. I hadn't realised you had to take it out, but you take it out, change the position to whatever you want. So that should give you pretty much your 360 degree range of boots. So what we're going to do now is try that up on the wall, and then you've just got to change the position to make it work for you. But I can see for what I'm wanting to do, that's not going to work. So I'm going to just press the trigger again. So trigger in, pull that out, and turn it right the way around. So then hopefully that should do then what I want it to do. There we are. So, see how we get on. Now then, you've got the roller going right up the side there. It's come loose now. It is. That's all right. It's just the extension pole that's come loose slightly. But anyway, so you get that up there, and you can go up, 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 up. Go right up there. Makes it pretty easy. And I guess if you want to just change that again, you can then change it to a different angle. So then hopefully you can get it to go up the side of the on the side of the ceiling. It's just a matter of trial and error, I think, just to see what works best. So then you go right up to the top. I'm just going to come in front of you now for a second, and then hopefully, there's the phone ringing, like that, or similar. Just catch my phone in such demand. Now change the position again so it's basically flat, and then if you wanted to run that up the side of an architrave on a wide architrave on a door frame or something like that, then you can quite easily do that. Obviously this is a UPVC frame, so I'm just showing you how you might do it on a wooden frame. So then you just run that up there. Wizzy, wizzy, wizzy. Wizzy, wizzy, wizzy. That's all done. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy, as we say. There you are. Perfect. Easy for doing little bits and pieces. Quite handy. So it looks as if that might be very useful. I think it was under £20 in the UK, so it's American made, and probably patented in America, but looks good. I think it's one of those things that could really come in very, very useful sometimes. Maybe if you're painting those difficult to get at areas at the top of the wall in a stair well, something like that, where you need quite often a ladder with this. Hopefully you might be able to either cut it in with the brush, or cut some of it in at least with the roller, and then maybe finish it off with the brush. Save you hopefully having to get up any long ladders or set up any scaffolding planks, things like that. So if you can make it work for that, that's certainly 17, 20 quid, whatever it was, well spent. If you found this at all useful or interesting, please do give it a thumbs up, and please do subscribe, and then I can continue to help Acorns Childrens Hospice Worcester and Mind. Thank you for your continued support, which is much appreciated.